Welcome guys to our garden. This is a special video that's part of the Homesteaders of America Growing Your Own Food series. This is a tour of our summer garden here in July. So y'all come on. What is up everybody? This is Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. If you're new to the channel, I would like to thank you for stopping by to see our wonderful garden, and let me show you guys or give you a tour of our garden and what's happening here right now in July. This has been by far my best garden. It really has. We grew 4 different types of tomatoes this year. 2 we've grown before in the past, both of our favorites. My favorite slicer is the Bella, and my favorite cherry is the Sun Gold. I love both of them. What makes the Bella so special is it is a hybrid, so it has all the hybrid traits. It's disease resistant, great with pest, it's great with handling blight, all that stuff that goes into a hybrid to make them great. But it has the flavor of an heirloom, so you get best of both worlds with a Bella. I absolutely love this tomato, and as you can see, it's not disappointing. My plants are slap loaded down with Bella tomatoes. The other one that we love so much is the Sun Gold. The Sun Gold by far is the best tasting tomato in my opinion. It really is, it's more of a fruit to me. It is so sweet, so good. You can just eat them like candy, and they're super productive, and they grow like crazy and really easy to grow. Both the Bella and the Sun Golds are super easy, but that Sun Gold is really easy. Now the Sun Gold is the only indeterminate I got. Everything else I got are determinants, and what's the difference is the indeterminate is a tomato that'll just keep growing all season and producing tomatoes. The determinants don't. It's like a bush style tomato, and they technically all ripen at the same time, but you know that's not the case. It's just a shorter growing window or a shorter window for the determinants versus the indeterminate. That indeterminate's going to grow all summer long. The determinant's not. Now the 2 new ones I got this year is this one called the Red Snapper. This tomato is twice as tall as any of my other ones. It's got lots of fruit, and the fruit are huge. The tomatoes are really big. Now the thing that I've noticed with this Red Snapper versus my other ones is this Red Snapper handled, I mean, I haven't seen hardly any insect pressure on this Red Snapper. Seriously. I've had a few aphids early on, but where I had aphids on my Bella and my paste style, the Tachis, the Red Snapper, I didn't hardly see any aphids on. I hadn't seen any type of fungus. I hadn't seen any type of blight. Just this tomato is so green and healthy. Not to say my other ones aren't, but if you put them side by side, it's not even close. This Red Snapper looks wonderful. Let's talk paste style tomatoes like aroma or Amish paste. These tomatoes are really for canning, making sauces out of. This is a tomato that I've had struggled to grow in the past, and it had to be variety. I've tried aromas, I've tried the Amish paste, but I will no longer struggle growing these tomatoes with this variety called Tachi. Again, these all come from Hoss. These things are absolutely loaded. I have never seen anything like this ever in my life with growing tomatoes. They're all healthy. It's a short plant, or at least mine are. They're really short. My Bella don't get super tall. That's why I said those Red Snappers are way taller than everything else. But you can see, I mean, you're probably talking, what, 3 foot, give or take? But it's just packed with fruit. And like Greg always says over there on Hoss Tools, he's not worried about growing tomato plants. He's worried about growing tomato fruit. And that's what it looks like that I'm doing that same thing, because, I mean, this is loaded down, guys, and I've never seen anything like it. This is our squash and zucchini. This is crazy. It has been an awesome year with squashes and zucchini. That would be an understatement. We have had our best year at growing squash and zucchini. I have struggled in years past with squash borers, but knock on wood, here I am in July and I haven't had any squash borers. And you can see how big and beautiful our plants are. We grew two varieties that we normally grow, and that is the 8-ball squash, which is a green round squash, and a straight neck squash called Gold Prize. That Gold Prize is the best one we got in the bunch. It grows vigorously. Very, very disease resistant so far. We have two new ones, and that is the Gold Burst Patty Pan and a zucchini called Golden Delight. This Golden Delight zucchini is my favorite. It is almost as productive as that Gold Prize is. And it's just beautiful and it's super delicious. And if you like zucchini bread, this is the ticket. I love this Golden Delight zucchini, and the plants are just so healthy. We planted two winter squash this year. One of them was kind of late, again due to my accident with my hand, but the other one was spaghetti squash, small wonder spaghetti squash. I'm super impressed with it. I was able to grow it on this trellis, and it's doing well on this trellis. Really, really well. I've been able to keep it trained almost strictly on this trellis, because a lot of times with those winter squash or vining squash like this, like a pumpkin, it will really, really go all over the place. But so far, I've been really, really impressed on how it has handled staying on these cattle panel trellises. Now over here is one of our cucumbers. This is the lemon cucumber. We usually plant two cucumbers. We plant a pickling cucumber and we plant a slicing cucumber or an eating cucumber. The lemon cucumber is a really good cucumber, and the bees absolutely love it because this thing puts on blooms like crazy. But I will tell you this, the bloom to fruit ratio is not great. You'll see all these blooms and you're thinking, man, I'm gonna have a bunch of cucumbers, and you will, but not compared to how many blooms you get. My other cucumber is called a Max Pack. This is gonna be my pickling cucumber. Now, I did a succession planting, which is, I planted these later on in the season. So when these die down, hopefully, or quit producing, I'll have some more cucumbers coming on. And that way it just extends my growing season. You can do that with a lot of vegetables, especially here in the South. But this Max Pack cucumber is a vigorous cucumber and will grow like crazy. You'll pick, I got 30-foot rows, I'll pick 3 gallons of worth of cucumbers probably every day. And I'm probably telling you that on the low side. I'm probably being conservative. So if you like pickles, or if you're a market gardener, that Max Pack may be what you're looking for. Produces a lot, has a great size to it, just a really, really great pickling cucumber. One experiment we got going on this year is I'm trying to grow a cantaloupe on a trellis, something I never done before. Now I'm using a cantaloupe called Honey Rock. Now it's a smaller cantaloupe that gets around 3 pounds, and that's why I decided to do it on this trellis. And so far, I've been able to train it pretty good on this trellis, and I do got a good mess of cantaloupes coming on. Now, I fell in love with this pole bean last year, and that is the rattlesnake pole bean. I'm going to tell you one of the main reasons I grow this is because Mary Carl, our daughter, absolutely loves this pole bean. We've grown several different types of pole beans in the past. This is her favorite, and that's why I'm continuing to grow it. If she'll eat it, I'm going to grow it. And I'm going to tell you, last year, this thing kept producing. I know pole beans a lot of times will produce a whole bunch of them at one time, and you pick them and they're pretty much done. This sucker here kept giving me beans. This area is kind of special because this is something that we've been trying to do for a while, but we haven't had the space. This is all the new garden area where we extended our garden and made it twice the size. My garden used to be roughly 40 by 40, and now it's more 80 by 40. So it's doubled in size, which has allowed me to do this. This is my daughter's flower garden. This is something she's been wanting for a while. We've tried it in several different spots here on our farm, and nothing has ever worked. But not this year. This year it has worked. This is awesome. We got lots of sunflowers planted through here. One special sunflower called the chocolate cherry sunflower, which is about to bloom. It's got this super deep burgundy, almost black petal. We got lots of cosmos, bachelor button, wildflower mixes. I can't tell you how many sunflowers we got, just all different varieties of sunflowers throughout here. But I'm so happy we were able to do this.
If I'd ever known how you'd forever change my life, I would up and go, I'd walk out of sight. But I'm glad I rearranged from falling apart, because you built me a mosaic, a perfect puzzle to capture my heart.
If you want to see more about our garden and when we planted this garden, check out this playlist right over here. If you're interested in any Cog-Hill Farm gear like this Let Us Remain Calm and Carry It On shirt, check out that link right down below me. And as always, y'all be good.
Won't have to stand alone.